After 89 years in business, a Warren County hardware store is closing its doors for the final time on Friday. 5 on Your Side's Holden Kowicki sat down with the owner of Wright City Hardware and Convenience, who says big box stores are to blame.
Since 1937, this building at the intersection of Elm and First Street has served as a one-stop shop for the people of Wright City.
It was more than just a hardware store. It was kind of like a general store, and they also took in a lot of seed and feed and things like that.
Aaron Holloway fondly remembers stopping by the store to get candy with his dad.
It was just a cool old store then.
That's why he jumped at the opportunity to buy the Wright City staple over a decade ago.
We were thinking of maybe getting into this, and this will be our retirement when we get a little older, you know.
For the first few years, he says business was booming.
Our town needed steel and Benjamin Moore and all the products that we like to use as our construction company. So we try to bring everything in that we liked, and expanded our little coffee bar and sausage sandwiches to get contractors in here in the morning.
That is until COVID threw them a wrench.
People started shopping less. We started seeing like 1,200 people less this year, and another 1,200 the next year. And then the biggest jump was last year to this year was like 4,000 less.
Holloway says that hurt the bottom line, impacting his ability to compete with big box stores.
We've got $3 Generals in our zip code alone. Amazon is huge. People are just like, I'll get it tomorrow. If not, they'll run to Home Depot.
That's why he had to make the tough decision to close the store after 89 years in business.
It's very tough. We made a lot of friends here. It's just been kind of a struggle, just keeping it all going. And I think, we tried to sell it, find the right owner, and just people really aren't wanting to stick their neck out and do that.
Though Friday is the final day of regular business hours, the owner of Wright City Hardware tells me he plans to keep the doors open on a limited basis until he can liquidate all of the hardware. Reporting in Wright City, Missouri, Holden Kowicki, 5 on Your Side.
The Wright City Hardware is closing for good. Once the ownership liquidates the hardware, the building won't be vacant. Holloway says he plans to convert the building into a showroom for his construction company.